It's Brad Hogg here with Bowls Heroes. Yes, I'm going to call it Bowls Heroes anyway. We're just going to start like that. Look, bowls clubs need volunteers, and we've got a special volunteer here, Geoff Stevenson. He won the award for Coach of the Year here at Bowls WA. So congratulations firstly, Geoff, for that.
Thanks, Brad.
Well done, and there's a lot of effort in there. Now, what got you started in the bowls first up?
Well, I was playing golf, got arthritis in my hands and couldn't hold a golf club anymore. And I thought, well, I can't sit around and do nothing. I'll take up bowls. My next door neighbour was a member here, and he said, well, come down and have a game. And like a lot of other bowlers, I just became addicted. And that was that. That was 21, 22 years ago.
Can you remember that first moment of addiction? What bowl it was, or what game it was?
It was probably the first time I managed to get within a foot of the kiddie. And it hasn't happened too much since.
Right, so you've got a lot of new members here at Joondalup. It's been a great club for in success with that. How many of those novice bowlers are you turning independent bowlers now?
Probably 40 to 50% of them. A lot of the much older guys or older couples just want to play social, which is fine. But we're getting an influx of guys in their mid-40s and that sort of range that are still quite competitive, and they want to get independent bowls. They love the thrill of the chase, and so it's probably about 40-50% of them.
40-50, rightio. And with your coaching style, with the novice that just want to play social bowls, what special courses do you put them through, or tactics that you put them through, or should I say training drills, that's a better word for it, that you put them through so that they become better bowlers?
Well, look, we offer them 6 hours of free coaching before they start, and that's probably a misnomer because all the coaching we do here is free, so no one ever gets charged for it. And at the end of 6 hours we say to them, well, look, what do you want to do? Do you want to go ahead? If you want to call it quits, that's fine, no obligation, but if you want to go ahead and play, then here's a membership form, sign up and away you go. So it's simply a matter of teaching the draw shot to start with. If they really get involved in it, then you can start to develop the little on shots and the drives and the tactics of the game.
Yeah.
But initially, it's just the draw shot.
But someone who's impatient, let's say someone like me, I don't like bringing myself up, but someone that's impatient, how do you control them or pull them back to concentrate on that draw shot? Well,
you find that unless they've got an innate ability to draw, then they get a bit frustrated. Yeah. So that sort of holds back the impatience. Oh, I can't do this yet, I can't do this yet. And that's when you go as a coach, you've just got to be encouraging and say, well, yes, you can. And as soon as they get one on the kiddie, what an easy game.
Well, it is, isn't it? But
it is.
I managed to play one pennants game here last year, and the breeze wasn't coming from the coast. It was more of a southeasterly, and we struggled to adapt to those conditions. So when it's really windy and you've got a novice bowler here, and you've got to go wider, how do you help them control that particular draw shot as well?
Well, look, whilst delivering the bowl is all about straight lines, the only thing that has a curve in it is the actual run of the bowl. So you simply got to teach them to aim wider, and that's probably the hardest thing, is to get a new bowler to take enough grass to be able to draw the bowl back into the kiddie. And you just simply keep turning them around until they finally suddenly decide, oh yeah, that works.
Are you one of those? Are you a coach that tells them where they look? Do they look at a spot, or do they look at a mark on the bank, or any type of other areas to look to get your line?
Well, look, I generally teach the bank to start with,
yeah.
Until they get the concept of that's where I need to be, and then there are people that look at where the bowl hooks. I prefer to look at a spot 3 or 4 metres out, so it's whatever works for the person I'm talking to.
Yeah.
So there's no right or wrong way, it's just whatever suits you. Yeah.
It's definitely no right or wrong way, and it's very similar to cricket in a sense. It's all about line and length, but the difference,
absolutely.
The difference here is line's probably more important than length when you're first starting. Would you agree with that?
Yes and no. Obviously the two combined, to get a good bowl, to get a bowl close to the kiddie, you've got to have both. But I generally try and tell people that it's probably a crime to be short, but it's not a crime to be long, because a bowl behind the head is always in play. A bowl that's a metre short, very rarely in play.
Well, you don't want to skip a metre.
I can fix that, Brad.
And moving forward, so you've got a lot of novice players here, and do they play in competitions down here on a Wednesday night, as social bowls?
Well, there's 2 or 3 social groups that play during the week, and they'll come down and have a game in that. There's scroungers on Sundays, there's mixed bowls Sundays. We run mixed bowls on the Saturday during the winter, and anyone and everyone welcome.
When they're playing these mixed competitions and social competitions, are you down there just giving a little bit of advice and trying to help out?
Yeah, I do. Probably too much, interfere too much.
Yeah.
But if I'm having a roll up or in a competition, say on a mixed day, and someone's doing something that I think can be corrected, then I'll generally tell them.
Yeah.
Not necessarily during the game, but after the game we were sitting down having a drink, you're stepping out to the side, or your arms coming across your body, or whatever it happens to have been.
And with the social bowls here, what age group are we attracting? Are we attracting any younger ones? Is that around about the 50, 40-year-olds?
Yeah, we are. We've got our youngest member, I think, is 11.
Beautiful.
At the moment. I think there's seven now, juniors, under 18.
Under 18?
Yeah, and about another 3 or 4 between 18 and 25.
Right. And what do you find that attracts those particular younger kids playing bowls rather than the other sports that are on offer?
That's a good question. I'm really not sure. Often it's parents or grandparents play and they want to come and have a game with Nan or Grandpa. But they generally speaking, they just love being out on the greens. It's not physically demanding, so if the kid's not absolutely coordinated, then they can still do it.
Yep.
We've had some disabled kids down here who have an absolute ball from the schools, and if they want to take it up a bit later in life, well, that's great.
Well, that's the good thing about bowls, isn't it? It's so inclusive. You've got women and men playing together, which I absolutely love. But then you've got those people with disabilities that can play the game as well. So it offers so much.
Yep.
And when you disability players, how many players have you got down here with disabilities?
Well, there's I use an arm. I bowl with an arm because my hands are no good anymore.
Yeah.
There's 4 of us bowling with a bowling arm. We've got a chap with Parkinson's disease, who has all sorts of hassles, but absolutely loves his bowls, and he comes down and plays social bowls. There's others with bad backs, and I've had in the last 2 or 3 months, I've had 2 or 3 people come to me and say, "Well, you better teach me how to use the arm because I'm struggling." So, yep.
And while you're coaching with people that have got sort of injuries, I'll put them into injuries, not disabilities, but do you change your methods with them, like change of stance?
Oh, yes, you have to. Yeah.
And how easy do you find adapting to that?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Not a problem?
Not a problem.
What about the players? Do they get frustrated?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's best to have, from a delivery point of view, it's best to have someone stepping as they bowl, but people with bad knees can't step. You've got to talk them into a fixed stance.
Yeah.
And often enough, that sort of fixes it, because the less movements they've got, the more balanced they are, which makes them bowl better.
Well, you're the king this year. You won the Coaches Award. So, for the bowlers out there, especially the up-and-coming bowlers, what's a tip if you want to go up the grades to improve your bowls?
Practice, practice, practice.
Any drill? Just draw.
Drawing is probably 85% of bowls.
Yeah.
But anything other than a drive is only a draw shot at a different weight. So even if you're trying to play sort of 2 or 3 moves through the head, it's just a draw shot that's a bit heavy. So if you can master the draw, you can play good bowls.
So every shot's just about a draw shot. That's young bowlers out there coming through. There you got it. You got it from Geoff Stevenson, the king of coaches this year. Congratulations, Geoff.
Thanks, Brad.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Yeah, wherever you are in WA, stick your head in and say g'day. You gotta love the bolo.